Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Huntington. I'm Joanne Polichetti, and my pronouns are she, her. Our opening words this morning are by Kristen Harper. The breath of life is not mine alone. I do not wish to breathe another breath if it is not shared by others. The breath of life is not mine alone. I brought myself to be with you, hoping that by inhaling the compassion, the courage, the hope found here, that I can exhale the fear, the selfishness, the separateness I keep so close to my skin. I cannot live another moment, at least not one of joy, unless you and I find our oneness somewhere among each other, somewhere between the noise, somewhere within the silence of the next breath.
Good morning. I'm Jenna Kern-Ruggiel, and my pronouns are she, hers. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Huntington's dual platform Sunday service. It's good to be together. We are live and in person in our main hall in Huntington. Whether you are streaming us live on Zoom or Facebook or watching us later on YouTube, know that you are welcome here. Today is a Sunday Program Committee service. Our interim minister, Reverend Dr. Deborah Hafner, leads 3 Sunday services a month and will be in the pulpit next Sunday. If you are new to our congregation and want to speak with someone to learn more about us, please contact us by email at office@uufh.org. We'll put this information in the chat during the service as well. Know that whoever you are, whomever you love, and wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. We have a few brief announcements. Star Child, a UUFH tradition, is back. The RE Committee will be coordinating our annual toy drive for Family Service League's Project Toy. This program gives local families the opportunity to receive 2 new unwrapped gifts for each of their children. You can select a star, which is a toy gift card suggestion, from the display in the social hall. Please bring all unwrapped toys and gift cards to the bin in the social hall each Sunday. We also welcome cash donations, which we will use to purchase gift cards for children ages 12 to 16. The last day of the toy drive is Sunday, December 11th. Please stop by the table each week in the social hall. For more information, contact Allison Barish. All committee chairs are invited to join a Zoom communications forum this Tuesday night at 7:30 to learn how to get the word out about your committee's events. Look for the email dated November 15th for the Zoom link. For more info, contact Lisa Burby. As part of our safe congregation policy, we are offering a training in first aid and CPR in our social hall next Saturday, December 3rd, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. An American Red Cross emergency response instructor and an EMT will lead the training for $20 per person. Contact Terry Donaldson to learn more. Calling all actors and musicians, it's that time of year again to start thinking about the Christmas Eve pageant. We're going back to the pageant being 100% volunteer-led, so we need your help. We are especially looking for a director to lead the intergenerational orchestra. Please sign up to let us know which role your child or youth would like to play and how you might be willing to help out. There will be flyers on the Star Child table complete with a QR code to bring you to a sign-up page. If you have more than one family member you're signing up, please email Carolyn DeRazio with first, second, and third choices for each person. Finally, remember to donate non-perishable foods to the Huntington Food Bank via our little red wagon in the lobby. Now, please join me in reading our mission statement. The words will be on the screen. In religious community, we nurture our individual spirits through caring for one another and helping to heal the world. And now please stand as you are able and join in singing hymn number 188, Come, Come, Whoever You Are. We will sing through twice. We will now ask Harriet and Jim McKenna to light the chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. The words are by Rumi. There is a life force within your soul. Seek that life. There is a gem in the mountain of your body. Seek that mine. O traveler, if you are in search of that, don't look outside. Look inside yourself and seek that.
Now is the time for all ages. So, if you'd like to take off your shoes and join me here. Come on over, just slip off your shoes. Come on over. Come on, you can come in. Awesome, awesome. Everybody have a good weekend? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, getting your Christmas tree. Awesome. Lots of busyness. You too? That's awesome. Lots of busy stuff going on, right? You guys want to sit? Yeah. Lots of busy stuff going on. You know, sometimes when I get real busy or tired or even worried, you know, I get cranky. Do you sometimes get cranky? Sometimes? Yeah. You know, I find when I'm cranky, that a little bit of quiet time helps me. Do you ever find that you guys need just a little bit of quiet time?
Sometimes I need a little time.
Yeah? Yeah, so sometimes you need quiet time? I think you go to bed at quiet time. You know, everybody needs quiet time. It doesn't matter how tall you are or how old you are. Because your mommy tells you, right? You're lucky because your mommy can tell you in case you don't notice, right? So one of the things you can do when you need quiet time is, you can just rest in bed. What are some other things that you do when you need quiet time?
Play by yourself.
What else do you do when you need a little quiet time, a little peace? Charlotte, read?
I say
So you say some words. Say, it's okay. It's okay. Can you hear it? And say, it's okay.
it's okay.
Cool, right? Well, I think it's important that we do things to help us feel calm and peaceful. And we're sitting on something right now that I use to help me feel calm and peaceful. Does anybody know what this is? I know you do.
Labyrinth.
Okay, Lily, you take that. Lily, tell us a little bit about the labyrinth.
It's a one-way path that you use to relax.
And have you ever walked a labyrinth?
I'm terrified. I'm tired. I go to bed all day at my mommy's house. I sit sorry for one.
You know, sometimes when I'm on the labyrinth, I feel so relaxed I could sleep, but it's probably not a good practice. Who else has walked the labyrinth before? Ah, you have. Would you like to share how it? Nope. Anybody else want to share their experience of the labyrinth? Cool. Well, hopefully we'll have the chance to do that. I will. 1 second. Let's see. We're going to do something together right now. Whatever you do to feel calm and peaceful when you need to, you should do that. Drawing, reading, singing, taking a nap, getting a hug from mommy. All of those things are important so that we can feel like ourselves. Because when we feel like ourselves, then we can go out and we can be kind and we can help others and explore and have an open mind and a loving heart and helping hands. Does that sound familiar? Can we do that for everybody now? If we say, we are Unitarian, Universalist, the faith of the open mind, the loving heart, and helping hands.
Together we care for our earth and work for friendship and peace in our world.
In our world. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's sing our kids' RE. There's going to be a special RE activity in the social hall. Thanks, guys.
This is the time in our service for you to share your joys and concerns by silently lighting a candle as Isabella plays quietly for us. You may have your joy or concern shared aloud by writing it on a slip of paper, adding your name, and giving it to the pastoral care associate who is standing by the candles in the back. Please go to the back to light the candles, but be careful not to step on the labyrinth. We have Joy from Alex Wolf. Licensing came in for his Forgotten Splatter Pollock collection, and the limited edition prints are available for purchase. And Alex also has an art exhibit up at Sushi Vogue in Woodbury. See Alex for more details. Please send healing thoughts for Debbie Hosever's mom, who is in the hospital battling an infection. Someone wrote Matt Kaiser, sending our thoughts and prayers to Matt. And someone else wrote, so thankful for good health. This month, our split plate is for Planned Parenthood. As we all know, the Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade and eliminated our federal constitutional right to abortion. Planned Parenthood health centers, including the Huntington Health Center, will continue to provide care as best they can, and Planned Parenthood will keep fighting to ensure you have access to the health care services, education, and access you need to control your body, your life, and your future. Please donate as generously as you can so our daughters and granddaughters won't lose the rights that many of us have taken for granted for decades. To learn more about our Split Plate program, visit our website.
It's my joy to welcome Harriet McKenna, who will play harp for us, and Harriet will play Return Again. Thank you, Harriet. That feeds my soul. In 2017, when my husband retired from his tech job, I hatched this plan for my own retirement. I would work until the age of 60, and then we would travel the world together. He would scuba dive in all the places he dreamed about, and I would find art everywhere, be inspired by the grand diversity and beauty all around me, and create art once again. It was my 2020 vision. Well, that didn't happen. Life changed dramatically for me, as it did for everyone, and my thoughts on retirement have since shifted. I'm really going to retire at the end of this calendar year. And yes, there will be travel on the agenda. But now I have this question: who am I? I will no longer be an instructional design consultant, or as my colleagues call me, goddess of instructional design. My daughter is a self-supporting adult, and my mother is 94 and has declined medical interventions. So, how will I contribute to society? And how am I supposed to figure this out in all of this mishigas? Now, I couldn't find a better word in English to describe that state of confusion and stuff swirling around in a storm of information and misinformation and unnecessary difficulty, confusion, and general free-floating anxiety. So I looked to my faith as a Unitarian Universalist to help me get to my truth, the core of how to move forward and be useful. Now, faith tells us that we should move through grief, that we should forgive, be more compassionate, be more patient, be way less judgmental. And as faith asks this of us, it doesn't exactly instruct us on how to do these things. And I couldn't find the words to explain what I needed or wanted, and I felt spiritually stuck. And I'm not alone. In her book, Walking the Sacred Path, the Reverend Dr. Lauren Artris points out that European languages that require verbs to be associated with nouns make it difficult for us to talk about non-material processes like faith, forgiveness, compassion, grief, or even creativity. In English, literally, there are no words. And the Reverend Dr. Artris says this: since our language is limited and we are unable to articulate processes in our linear language, we are experiencing an increase in the use of symbolic languages. Systems of symbolic language such as the I Ching, the Tarot, runes, and astrology are coming more into awareness. This is the source of the attraction to the labyrinth as well. To the imagination, the sacred is self-evident, Blake reminded us, and it is to the imagination that symbols speak. In most religious traditions, there are teaching stories about direct experience with the divine. Dag Hammarskjold said, "The more faithfully you listen to the voice within you, the better you will hear what is sounding outside." So, however you identify the divine, God or goddess, spirit of life, universal energy, that still small voice within, however you define it, when we connect to it, we can break through to our source. An opening to the sacred frees a ton of energy that we can channel back out into the world in service. And this is the core of our faith as Unitarian Universalists. So to get there, I felt the need to move beyond words, to feel the source and grow the energy around my faith. And I needed to listen to, of all people, me. Now, people with a preference for introversion are born knowing that they need to go inside to renew and rejuvenate their energy. For those of us who have a preference for extroversion, not so much. I talk a lot. I even think out loud, narrating my day, my challenges, even my shopping list, to no one in particular. So being quiet and actually listening to myself, this was a challenge. Again, quoting the Reverend Dr. Artris, she talks about prayer and meditation as the avenues to direct contact with the light. Now, prayer can be a difficult word for some of us, and I found this poem that may help. It's called The Atheist Prays by Barbara Pescan. I am praying again. And how does one pray when unsure if anything hears? In the world I know as reliable and finite, when time and matter circle forth, and I understand the answers to so many puzzles, there are moments when knowing is nothing, and I, this accumulation of systems, histories, repetitions fall from me. How does one who is sure there is nothing pray? I, dark gathered around my eyes, sit in the room cluttered with uncertainties, asking my one unanswered question, holding myself perfectly still, fixing my gaze, just here, wondering. The words prayer and meditation can be interchangeable. Prayer is a type of meditation where we focus and quiet ourselves, and that practice can be silent or not, using chimes, chants, music, whatever fills your spirit. Your practice can be individual or in community. For individual practice, there's an app for that. Actually, there's lots of apps for meditation, tons of YouTube videos as well, on demand, many at no cost. And if you prefer to meditate in community, to quote our friend Nancy Hume, meditation is not what you think. Our Sangha, here at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Huntington, called the Kitchen Door Sangha, is a lay-led group formed in 2009 by the late Reverend Paul Ratzlaff, who invited those interested in mindfulness and Eastern meditation to share his morning sittings. Since then, we've continued the twice-weekly practice of observing our silences from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time with delight and wonder. The format has varied over the years. It's currently on Zoom. But we still use poems and verse selected by members. Anyone who would like to join is welcome. Each week, on Tuesdays and Fridays, we read a selection by a widely known writer on Eastern disciplines like Pema Chodron, Alan Watts, and Norman Fisher. Here are a few comments from our members. From Evelyn. After the meditation group goes around member to member for a check-in, a description of what's top of mind. The idea is to get off your chest a thing that doesn't let go, that befuddles, that puzzles. Sharing from our own experience is important to me, especially when it's a personal reaction, not a general commentary. I think this can be a hard practice for some, but its rewards are appreciable. And from Kitchen Door Sangha member Rosemary, The meditation group is a great support for me staying focused on my spiritual growth. It is a mind practice to open the heart and therefore be of more value to others. This brings me happiness. And from the group leader, Peter, me too. Now you see before you the results of my meditation and soul searching, looking for meaning, how I will continue to add value. I heard that internal whisper, back to the labyrinth, Joanne. So how many of you have walked the labyrinth? I first walked the labyrinth 18 years ago when Linda Michael introduced it at our Sophia Foz religious education camp on Shelter Island. I was deeply moved by my walk and very sweaty because it was like 105 degrees. I felt a connection to the ancients, to spirit, to nature, to my deepest self. The stirring is universal and timeless. Labyrinths and labyrinthine symbols have been dated as far back as the Neolithic age, in every corner of the world, stamped on coins, etched into stone, painted on pottery, drawn in sand on beaches, or created in sand mandalas, and eventually laid into stone cathedral floors. There are two basic types of labyrinths, a classic older form, which is generally a spiral shape, and the medieval labyrinth, which you see here, which is a reproduction of the labyrinth in the Cathedral of Notre Dame at Chartres, just west of Paris. How and why labyrinths were originally used, we really don't know. But we know they are universal. And we know that they were used when the average person could not read, and people experienced faith in a more physical way through rituals, repetition, and movement. Walking the labyrinth is a moving meditation. A labyrinth is not a maze. There are no blocks in this winding path. Stay on the path, and you will change direction many times, but you will get to the center. Humans have known for centuries that this meditation stirs something within us deep, might help us release emotion, free a creative block, provide a deep sense of peace. And modern neuroscience tells us why. The movement lights up different parts of our brain that can help us find our path or our answer, regardless of the question. This short poem by Leslie Takahashi Morris says it better than I can, though I'm going to delete just a couple of words to more accurately reflect the definition of a labyrinth. Walk within your heart. Guide your steps into its questioning curves. This labyrinth is leading you deeper into your own truths. Listen in the twists and turns. Listen in the openness within all searching. Listen. A wisdom within you calls to a wisdom beyond you, and in that dialogue lies peace. I'm called not only to continue my own practice of walking the labyrinth, but also to facilitate walks. I officially begin my labyrinth ministry today, here at the fellowship. And after I retire, taking it on the road, where I hope to introduce the labyrinth and facilitate walks for children, youth, and young adults at schools, after-school programs, youth centers, anywhere else that I'm called. I found that teens are ready and willing to put their phones down for an hour to experience the calm and clarity that walking the labyrinth brings them. And we all know we need that to calm ourselves in all this mishigas, right? So I have this labyrinth for us to use here at the fellowship and in the larger community. And I would be honored if you would show your support by participating in the labyrinth dedication. So I'd like to invite Linda Michael to the podium. Linda leads the labyrinth ministry at the Stony Brook congregation and has graciously agreed to be my mentor in this process. Linda will read us in a responsive reading, and the words are on the screen.
Spirit of guiding love, we give thanks today for all the people who followed a dream and whose vision, persistence, labor, and commitment have given us the gift of the labyrinth. We give thanks for all the time, talent, and treasure that has gone into this creation. The path leads in only one direction, ensuring we never lose our way, but rather find our way unfolding before us. May this sure path serve to comfort and guide us in times of uncertainty, loss, and discernment. May this labyrinth we dedicate today be for us and for our wider community, a tool of the never-ending spiritual quest. May the use of this pathway serve as an outward symbol of the journey of our inner spiritual lives. May the same spirit that drew us all into being and into this community draw forth from each person who uses this pathway the wisdom and reflection they need to grow into their best selves. May all who leave this pathway be blessed with more love, focus, compassion, and serenity than when they entered it. Bless this labyrinth and all who use it.
Thank you so much. As we move through life's transitions and our spiritual journeys, contemplative practices can provide the insights and energy we need to embrace change and channel the energy to do the needed work of spirit and justice, to live our faith as Unitarian Universalists in our world, to work for equity, justice, safety, and dignity for the earth and all her beings. May it be so. Please stand as you are able and join us for our closing hymn, Love Will Guide Us. The words will be on the screen. Please join us today at noon for our inaugural labyrinth walk. Harriet McKenna will play the harp to accompany and enhance the walk. Thank you, Harriet. The labyrinth experience will include an opening and closing circle. So please plan on staying an hour to 90 minutes for the meditation. The time will vary with the size of the group. Since the walk will run over lunchtime, I invite you to have some vegan chili or lentil soup, both vegan, in the social hall before the walk. We'll have our next scheduled walk for the winter solstice on Wednesday evening, December 21st at 7:30, right here in the worship hall. You'll hear more about that as we move closer to the event. Our closing words are from Eric Walker Wickstrom. The purpose of this community is to help us grow. If you are who you were, and if the person next to you is who he or she was, if none of us has changed since the day we came in here, we have failed. The purpose of this community, of any church, temple, zendo, mosque, is to help its people grow. We do this through encounters with the unknown in ourselves, in one another, in the other, whoever that might be for us, however hard that might be, because these encounters have many gifts to offer. So may you go forth from here this morning, not who you were, but who you could be. So may we all.
Our fellowship president, Ken Bewley-Newmore, asked me to mention that next Sunday at 12:15, there'll be a special congregational meeting that everyone is invited to authorize new windows here in the main hall. So thank you to all of you who joined us virtually today. For those of you who are here in person, please join us for coffee in the social hall, which is a mask-optional environment. And at noon, join us in the worship hall to walk the labyrinth. Do bring your mask, but no coffee, food, or shoes. See you there, and have a lovely week.